Happy Sunday, my crafty and chaotic friends. I do assume that everybody's life is as chaotic as mine, so welcome. If you are new here, so am I. Basically, made a decision to jump here on YouTube. Was invited, well, wasn't a direct invite, but it was an invitation from another small business owner who put out a call for those of us in the older generation to maybe come on and make some videos and showcase our small businesses. And so I am answering the call. So what do I make? Basically, whatever's sitting on my spirit for the day, but most of the time connected to books and sewing or crafting of some sort. I read a lot. I am not an e-reader girl, though I do make products for the e-reader girlies. But I'm a page turner. You know, I'm a bend the corner type girl. I do get some library books, but I want to bend the pages, so that's a bad idea. So I buy a lot of books. I try to create things that are helpful to people who are also readers. So every once in a while on this channel, you may get a little bit of chaos from something else, i.e. other projects that I have started and not finished. And most of the time, I, from head to toe, will look chaotic as well. If I'm being honest, that's one of the reasons why I have never got in front of the camera before, is that I don't have the energy to be influencer ready. I'm not an influencer. This is me with my threads and probably Cheeto dust and my hair that has been put up and taken down and put up and taken down. So this is me, guys. This is how you will see me. If you come back to this channel, this is what you get, okay? So what's today's current problem? Today's current problem is I need to get a bunch of books to and from places. I see people all the time who are dragging wagons into the library, and that's really cute when you have a 3-year-old. You know, you put the 3-year-old in the wagon and the books and you pull them. I don't have a 3-year-old. I have a 27 and a 21-year-old. So I'm not dragging anybody in a wagon. So I don't know. I feel kind of strange dragging a wagon into the library to return the massive haul of books that I have borrowed. And so today the hope is that we are going to create a bag that will do that. I do make some regular tote bags. I'll insert a few pictures here, and they are sturdy, they are strong, they are great, but they do not hold 10 to 12 books. I'll just be honest, they don't hold that much. And so I have been brainstorming and watching some tutorials from some different folks. And so today the hope is that I'm going to be able to blend or merge those, and be able to go ahead and create a bag that is strong. So different kind of strap than my typical tote. And I'm also getting rid of the bottom seam. If I'm going to put the weight of 10 or 12 books, I don't want a bottom seam. So I'm going to be getting rid of the bottom seam and doing a shoulder type strap versus a two-handled tote strap. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, stick around. I also wouldn't be mad if you stuck around just to see how many mistakes I made, because chaos will ensue anytime I'm doing anything. All right, let's get started. This is currently my favorite tote. Double strapped, very soft handles because I prefer cushion because I have a frozen perimenopausal shoulder. And so in order to be able to carry things in this bag, I did cushion the straps. And so she has a peekaboo liner. I love a peekaboo liner. I know a lot of people make bags and they make sure that the edges are tucked all the way down so you can't see the color inside. And to me, that defeats the purpose. So has a beautiful peekaboo liner. Some little faux leather accents on the side. So I made 2 of these. They'll be in my shop if you're interested. However, this bag itself cannot carry 10 or 12 books. And do I reserve that many books at a time? Yes. Do I read them all? Nope. But God forbid somebody else got the book before I did, right? Okay, so this is the base of what I want to make. If you know anything about me, you know I'm a big black and white girl with a pop of color. So this is going to be the starting off point for what we're going to do today. This is actually going to be the color combination that I'm going to use as well. So today's goal is to take this bag and make it bigger, deeper, or wider, I don't know, whatever direction this is. Make it wider, get rid of this mid seam, and be able to carry this joker tomorrow. That's the plan. All right, here we go.
You are strong, your grace abounds, it carries on, a gift so free, a love so deep, in your mercy, my soul keep, beyond my faults, beyond my sin. Your grace abounds, it draws me in your embrace, I find my place, in your love I see your face.
If you're as smart as I know you are, you're watching what I'm doing and thinking, how's she gonna flip that with no seam? Yep. Did I sew up the entire side and forget to leave it open? I did. So, I'm just gonna sit here and take out this side seam, just a few inches, enough to flip the bag, because, yep, it was already chaotic enough with how I was installing the strap, but now, to add insult to injury, I went to reach inside to pull the strap because I pinned the bag before I put the strap on, because that makes sense. And that's when I realized, hey, I can't stick my hand in there because there's no opening. This is what I mean when I say, when I become a real sewer. Not that I can't sew, not that my stuff isn't quality. I just take 9 roads of oopses to get to the same place that others get to really quickly. And I'm pretty sure that comes with practice, wisdom, and I don't know, your mind being able to focus on one thing at a time, which I don't know if that will ever be me. Because I am chaotic medicated, okay? Somebody out there feels me. Okay. I should be able to flip the bag. You guys, let me just show you. I love her. Okay? It was a lot of work. It was new work. Some things that I've never done before. Like stitching to make these little flappy thingies. I don't know what they're called, but I've never done that before, and I love them. Okay, so we've got it on both sides. Little flip up. I love the fact that my stripes don't match. I know a lot of people put a lot of energy into making sure that they align, but remember, this was one piece of fabric. There's no cut. So one, it's super strong because there ain't no stress going to do anything to the bottom because there's not a seam. Look how she hangs on my shoulder. I'm about to break my neck, y'all. If you could see what's going on back here, you'd understand why I was falling over. Okay, but anyway, what do we think? What do we think? I love her, okay? And it is a she. I've just decided that today. She's a she. Anyway. She has ties. Why does she have ties instead of a zipper? I don't know. I guess she could have a zipper. What I couldn't think through, or what I couldn't really super figure out, was the zipper situation with the side. But you know what? I don't want a zipper. She's big, y'all. She's like a big old weekender bag. And I love her. But let's put some stuff in her and see just how much I can get into her.
Yeah. Hands on. Look. Look, used to chase a quick high, scrolling through the midnight. Hard cold, tongue sharp, trying to pick a fake fight. Mama on her knees for me, tears on the floorboards. I was running from the car, still you opened up the door. Lord, in the back row, hood up, head low. Heard grace, hit the room, had to let the past go. Now
All right, so we did it. She is the size I wanted. She has no bottom seam, and she has my peekaboo pop color, and more importantly, she held 12 books with no issue. I am so excited to carry this bag, and let me just tell you, I am in love with this little side detail. I don't know what it's called. I don't know, maybe one day when I'm a for real sewer, I'll find out what this is called. Or if you guys want to drop down in the comments, go ahead and tell me what this is called. But what I do know is it allowed me to have a really cute side and have no bottom seam. So I am super excited about this bag. I think I am going to attempt to make this same bag in a different pattern. You guys know it's not going to be super busy as far as the pattern. I like large patterns. And actually, let me go ahead and answer that question now. Someone asked me, why don't I use a lot of the fabrics that they have in like Hobby Lobby and places like that? And I do use some Hobby Lobby fabric. Actually, this interior fabric came from Hobby Lobby. The reason that I don't is because I have ADHD, and if you couldn't tell and you were just diagnosing me because you know how to use the internet, I do. I have an actual doctor diagnosis. That's why my conversation goes like this. That's also why I create small batches, because my hyperfixation will let me get through a project, and then by tomorrow I'll be like, ooh, let's make something different. So that's why a lot of times I create a bag. It'll have a tote maybe, or now a shoulder library bag. But I will create this, and then I'll make like 2 or 3 e-reader cases, a couple wristlets, and call it a day. I can't focus on things too long. My mind wanders, and as soon as it becomes not fun, I don't want to do it anymore. And I don't want to do that to sewing. So when I'm done with it, I'm done with it. And so that's why I always say, if you want it, you should go ahead and buy it, because I'll probably never make it again. That's just the way that I operate. But I don't know. This bag I kind of love, and so I might be making more of these, and I'm definitely going to try it in a different pattern. So you can get this and any other crazy craft that I have made in my online store. So you can definitely go to mainandgraceco.com, and you can buy some of the projects that you see me make here. And I say see me make because I've recorded and not edited, so will see me make, and yet are also on sale right now. You get what I'm saying, right? All right, I'll see you guys later for our next project. Peace. If you are thinking, Takia, you didn't actually answer the question about the fabric choices and why you don't use Hobby Lobby fabric. I didn't. Anyway, and I'm not going to blame it on perimenopause, though that has something to do with it. Y'all, I just can't. Anyway, focus. Okay, so the reason that my bags, my totes, anything that I make, my e-reader cases, I do use some florals, but busy patterns trigger my ADHD. They make me feel anxious. Like anything that looks like my grandma's sheets, like a million trillion flowers. And look, there's no judgment here from me. I understand that like dainty cottage coquette designs is like all the rage and it's the hottest thing now. It just doesn't work for me. And so I design for people who, like me, get a little antsy and get a little overwhelmed by all the print. Here's an example. This right here, this is straight stress inducing for me. Like, I don't want to see this in small, like bookmark size, and I can't handle this in massive library tote size, right? But this floral, this one doesn't trigger me. And I really don't know the science behind it. I can't completely explain it. All I can tell you is that I kind of gravitate towards simple, basic color blocking or really simple florals. And I gravitate away from anything that has this massively small repeating pattern. And so the fact is there's somebody out there for everybody. And so there are plenty of girlies and gentlemen out there who are creating products using really busy fabrics and, like, you know, that Lily Pulitzer, like all of that is overwhelming for me. And so I create for myself. And the hope is that somebody else out there is like, oh girl, thank you for making something that's just like 2 colors, 3 colors, no pattern. I do use some patterns, I must say. Let me see. Okay, so maybe I don't use a lot of patterns. But here's an example of something that I picked up in Hilton Head. And it is going to be e-reader cases. I do have enough to make a tote, but I don't know. It might be a little busy. We're going to see. But see this? This, if it was in different colors, would completely freak me out. But it's not. It is just like blending of the same color. The lines, even though they are uneven, they are still linear to me. And this is soothing to my nervous system. This... no. Nope. And as you can see, I had a piece because when I first started making things, I really did attempt to do it the same way everybody else did it. I tried to buy all the florals and cherries and peaches with lemons and water waves and ducks, and none of it worked. None of it stuck. Even my phone holder is just black and white. And so I designed for my own aesthetic, and the hope is that somebody else out there would enjoy it. So, question answered.